Okay, I want to talk a bit about what happened on the set of Solitary, the Fox reality show, where they put 9 contestants in pods and they have to go into solitary confinement and do all kinds of tortures and weird, basically trials until they can't stand it anymore, and the last person in the pod wins. So I got to go in a pod. Pod was about, you could just reach your arms out and almost touch the sides, but not quite. Very, very hot in there. There was a little tunnel that you had to crawl in if you wanted to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was basically a porta potty. And they kind of put me in there, shut the door. I don't know if they locked it or not. I don't think they even locked the door, really, for the contestants. A lot of barking going on right now, all of a sudden. Not sure why. So I was in there, and very bright light, swiveling camera, and this sort of green digital thing that was known as Val. Val would talk to you with this weird voice and be like, "Hello, Hal, I am Val." And Val was like, "Stand in the center of your pod." And so I did that. And then Val was like, "Stand on one leg." So I was standing on one leg, and I was dripping sweat. It was like 1,000,000 degrees in there, and I'm dripping sweat, and I'm like barely able to do it. And Val's like, "Do not stop standing in one leg." And I was like, why am I listening to this computer? Why am I doing this? But after literally 5 minutes in the pod, I immediately felt like I had to listen. Like, that's all I had. It was just me and Val. It was the weirdest feeling, and I didn't want to leave. I was like, if I left, then I would look like a loser that couldn't stay in the pod for more than 2 minutes. Even though I'm claustrophobic and I was like pouring sweat and it was really bright, and those people who stay in the pod, for days and days and weeks, I don't know how the hell they do it. But the main thing was just like, I wanted to please Val. And she's like, "Why are you here, Hal? What do you want? We are friends now." And then Val stopped talking to me, and I was like, "Val, come back, Val." All in all, it was a really interesting experience in the authority of the camera, knowing you're being watched, wanting to please people, and having this desire to compete and conform to the situation, conform to what they expect of you, and not let anyone down, and somehow it gets into your head. And it was just a really good insight into all this reality TV stuff, why people fall into it and just sort of do what they're told, and no matter how horrible or ridiculous or sick or bizarre, you just kind of do it. You're just like, "Stand on one leg, touch your head." And then Val wanted me to touch my tongue with my nose, so I did that. I was like, I did that for a while, and then Val rewarded me with this protein bar that tasted like sawdust, which is all they get to eat in the pod, apparently. Really strange interplay between authority and individual will and the desire to please so that you can be on TV, knowing there's a kind of impressive end result. I think that was probably the single most important experience I've had to date in terms of understanding why people act the way they act on reality TV. That's it for now. I'll be back later on.